sharing my winter essentials. And we're back. So, get in focus here. I thought this would be such a neat idea for a video because I have recently seen, or over the last several years, have seen winter essential videos. And I appreciate what they're trying to do. They're trying to give you lots of ideas, lots of inspiration, depending on the climate that you live in. Maybe it's a little colder, maybe it's a little warmer. But they can sometimes seem overwhelming when they list, you know, the top 5 boots, the top 10 coats that you need to have for winter. It's overwhelming. What do I need to buy? What do I actually need to spend money on? I got to thinking to myself, because I have a lot of those similar items that are shown in a lot of the videos. And it really got me to thinking, like, but what could I do without? What are the things that I wear like 90-95% of the time in the winter that keep me warm and keep me looking stylish? So I am a Midwest farm girl, more of a hobby farm girl now. Every day I have a few chores to do, and they're pretty minimal, they're pretty basic, but I still have to take care of them. I have to check the animals and I have to make my rounds, and so I don't want to be changing my clothes multiple times a day just to keep up with stuff. In ways that I can still be stylish and put together and not look like I'm a complete frazzled mess, even if I probably am. So let's start with the more expensive items and kind of work our way down. I am going to try to quickly talk through each item and give you some explanation, some background about why I would pick a certain item over something else that might be on someone else's essential list. So let's get started. The first thing is this black puffer coat. And a lot of videos I've seen recently have talked about, you know, ideas to avoid the black puffer coat. And I understand that we can get in the rut of wearing this. And if you're wearing it to church, date night, everywhere, then you probably need to rein it in and get a different coat. But on an everyday, practical basis, this coat is amazing and I love it. And maybe black is not for you. You can get it in a multitude of colors. And the reason that I like this coat is because it has a hood that has pockets, cinch at the waist. It has an inside pocket, and then it comes mid-thigh. And I think it's important to mention that over a short puffer coat because, you know, when you're wearing leggings, I think it just looks a little bit more put together when it comes down to the mid-thigh to cover the bum. And it also does double duty because it actually keeps you warmer because it's coming down, you know, past your waist. Mine coat had a run-in with the dryer, and so we trimmed off the fur because it got sizzled. So I'm in need of a new one. But I have had this coat for 5 years, and it's still going strong, and it still looks almost like new condition, even though I wear it, you know, almost every day, if not every day in the winter. And this one's just by Columbia. And right now is the perfect time to pick up these items that I'm sharing at an amazing price. Now, as closer that we get to summer, the lower the price will go, but the selection will be less. So just keep that in mind. To me, this is a must-have. Another reason that I love this coat so much is because that when the horses slobber on it, or my kids slobber on it, or whatever happens to it, if I get hay on it, I can just wipe it off, dust it off, and it looks brand new and clean again, versus, you know, something of a canvas. That can be a lot harder to clean if you're, you know, running to your next errand. So this is really nice because you can just wipe it off. Plus, if it's misting or raining, it also will keep you dry. Next up are these babies. I have had these for a year. I had wanted hunter boots forever. I couldn't ever justify spending that much money on them. I wrote one of my very first blog posts about hunter boots. I had the Target version. They were red. I loved them. I thought I had gotten such a great deal because they were like 20 bucks or 30 bucks at the time, and I wore the heck out of those. But they started to rot and crack. The plastic did. The plastic started to get old. And so I needed a new pair, and I finally bit the bullet and I bought these on sale at Nordstrom. Again, this is a great time to pick up a pair of Sail Hunter boots if you're not, you know, committed to a color and you're a little bit more flexible on the color. Now, I will say that to me they're worth every penny, full price, sale price. They are wonderful. When I first got them, I was a little hesitant about them because they are heavy. But now that I've had them for a year and I've really loved them, I really wear them and enjoy them all the time. They are heavy, but they keep your feet warm because they are heavy. I also have the inserts for them. Again, Nordstrom is a great place to pick these up on sale if you're not committed to the color or the pattern and you can make something work. A lot of times you can find something that you love, like I love this blue check and it happened to be half price off retail. These are so great because again they go up to your knee and they help keep your leg warm. My hair is sticky to them. So the reason that I love these versus something like this, which these are the Target version of the Sorels, is the stitching. You see all the stitching and the seaming here, and then these are just suede. Excuse me, I have an itch. They are really hard to get them clean. Like if I happen to get into mud or dirt or whatever it may be, shit, they are hard to just hose off and go on. Where these, I run my feet under the hydrant, wipe them off, and I am good to go in a couple minutes. I just want to quickly mention Uggs. I love Uggs as much as the next girl, but if I had to pick one boot to live the rest of the winter in, I would totally forget the Uggs and go for the Hunters. Uggs are not all-terrain to me. They are not waterproof, although I do think they are making a water-resistant one now. They are pretty unforgiving if you get them dirty or in the kind of conditions that I am a lot of time. And then lastly, the other thing I want to mention about shoes is these boots are from Tractor Supply, and over my Target version ones, I like these better. I think these are better quality. Again, I've had these for a year or maybe over a year, and these are really nice quality. The rubber or plastic, whatever combination that it is a lot more flexible and moldable, and it's matte. So if I had to pick a less expensive version, I would go for the Tractor Supply ones, and I think that these are only $20. That's like just their normal price, and they also come in black. Okay, so we've talked about kind of our outer layer, the things that are going to keep us hopefully warm and protect us from the elements. Let's talk about what's underneath. And I usually wear one of two things, either skinny jeans that are like pajamas, my pajama jeans I call them, but stretchy, comfortable skinny jeans, or fleece line leggings. Fleece line leggings, they have the fuzzy, soft lining, and they're warm and they're thick, and they layer like a dream under your Carhartts, or like under your overalls or snow pants if you want to wear them like that. It's a great way to stay warm and still be comfortable, or they look great alone. And then if I'm wearing just my fleece line leggings, then I'll usually pair that with either an activewear type top, and I really prefer the ones in the winter with these little thumb hole details, just to come down, you know, just that extra little bit over your hand to help keep it warm and cozy. Or I'll wear just this, which I have on with my pajama jeans today, but I'll just wear that with my leggings. So I just kind of mix and match between those two things. If I'm wearing a flannel, then I usually pair that with one of these thin turtlenecks, and I absolutely love these for layering. I love them to wear them alone. They're great under jackets, and these are from varying places. I think I have Old Navy, Target, H&M, and they add a little extra detail and interest to your outfit along with being warm. And then for flannels, my favorite flannels are from Old Navy. I have a ridiculous amount of Old Navy flannels. The reason that I love them is because I can get them in a medium tall or a tall sizing, and so then I know that the sleeves are going to be long enough and the body's going to be long enough. And this is my latest one. It's navy blue and red. So love, love, love their flannels, and you can't beat the price. I recently picked up this one from Wrangler, and I fell in love with the buffalo check pattern, and of course it's blue. And then lastly, for kind of what I'm putting on my body, is a lightweight vest. And I hate showing you this because I know that they're no longer available, but every year Old Navy makes these. But I have seen something very similar at Penny's a couple weeks ago, so you can still find an alternative. You can still find an alternative to this out there. And again, the reason that I love Old Navy is because I get this in a tall, and I get my vest in a small tall from Old Navy. But it just adds interest, it adds another dimension, another texture to your outfit to make you look more put together and stylish, along with being warm. Lastly, I want to talk about the finishing touches, the accessories that I go for. So I tend to gravitate towards hats more than a knit cap. See it in frame there? The reason being, I still wear these and I still like them and think they're cute, but once I put this on, my hair never really truly recovers. It's frizzy or the static electricity or whatnot. So I tend to run for or gravitate towards hats, and these are just from Walmart. I would have a really hard time picking between the camo or the black. I love them both, I wear them both, and they're in stores now and they're less than $2. Love these hats, and they come in every color under the rainbow at Walmart right now. And like I said, besides the hair recovery factor, is that, you know, I can put this hat on and it will shield my face. Like if it's snowing or raining, it'll help keep that out of my face or the wind. And then I feel like a hat works better with sunglasses. I can easily slide my sunglasses on, where I feel like when I try to wear sunglasses with a knit hat, it's very uncomfortable. And so then if it's really cold, then I can throw my hood up over that, and then I could wrap my scarf around and be good to go. Lastly, I want to talk about socks. I briefly had mentioned these, I think, my how to fit cowboy boots video, and my sister-in-law bought these socks for me, and I absolutely love them. They are wool socks, and so they keep your feet warm but dry. Wool is really good at wicking the sweat away from your feet, and so I love to wear these socks in the winter time because there's nothing worse than being out working and then, you know, you build up perspiration in your feet. And so these wick the water away and keep your feet dry, along with keeping your feet warm. So love these, and they are really comfortable, and they're not too thick, but they're not too thin. One last thing that I want to mention is that I have had the short version of these babies on my wish list. And so if you are overwhelmed by the tall hunter boot, and you're an UGG lover, but you maybe have some of the same dissatisfaction with their cleaning and, you know, the all-terrain element, I think the short hunter boots is like the best combination, the best of both worlds. If you add these insulated inserts or socks to them, I think they would be easy to slip on. They'd be perfect for like if you're walking the dog or whatever. So those are definitely on my wish list, and I think would be, like I said, the perfect combination or merriment of the tall hunter boots and the comfort and coziness of the UGG boots. These also come or are available to buy almost like a puffer jacket for your feet, or an insert that fits inside of these. So if you're really experiencing cold weather or live someplace where it is really cold, that might be an option or something to consider. And again, this time of year you can usually find those items on sale or at a discount. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful to help you kind of narrow in on maybe what your winter essentials would be. Is there anything that I didn't mention that you think that you love that would be something that you would add to these items? I know I don't have any gloves in my essentials, and that's just because I have a pair of very thin but warm work gloves that I usually keep in my bag when I run out to do chores. And then I have a pair of leather gloves. Again, I just keep those in my bag, so if it was really cold, then I could slip those on. But I'm pretty spoiled. I pull my car out of the garage and park it back in the garage. So most of the time, I don't need to wear gloves on a day-to-day basis when I'm just getting it out of the car. Thanks so much for being here. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with your friends. Subscribe if you're not already. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time out of your day to hang out with me. And I will see you again next week.